credit to Alabama, in particular in the second half. They played extremely well. Second half, we just weren't good enough. For me, our coaches, to our players, got to be able to play for 60 minutes against a good football team and on the road. So extremely disappointed with the outcome. I do told the guys in the locker room, they compete, man. They do. We don't play smart enough at times, but they compete, and I'll go with these guys anyway. So open it up.
Questions will start with Austin, then David.
Take me through the decision to go for it on fourth down there early in the third quarter, especially with the way Jackson was punting the ball.
Yeah, he had been punting it fourth and less than one, giving up a score on the previous one, and felt like we had an opportunity to pick it up, and obviously didn't. Gave him a short field. They took advantage of it. I think they got 3 out of it.
Josh, you've had a couple of situations this season where snowball, second quarter, Florida, second half today. Were those situations, did they feel the same? Were they different?
Nah, didn't feel the same. Did not. We just, not the entire time, not all 11. Just wasn't good enough in the second half.
Carthy.
Coach, why do you feel like the momentum really changed in the third quarter in this ball game?
They came out, hit one split zone on us, ended up getting 7. We get called for stealing fair catch from our front line on the sky kick. Ball gets placed up to 4. You're in a tough situation coming out, don't pick it up. They get an opportunity and go get some more points. At the end of the day, our guys didn't stop competing. We weren't smart enough. We weren't good enough. Starting with me in the second half, but they continued to reset the play. The momentum did shift, during that series of events, but our guys continued to compete.
Mike, then Adam.
Yeah, Josh, Austin asked about that third or fourth down late. The earlier one at the 34, so why did you feel good about going for that one?
I just felt like the scheme, based on the personnel that they had out there, that we had good play. So obviously didn't pick that one up either.
What went wrong on that play then?
A read off the edge, felt like it was condensed, didn't get it going around the edge.
Josh, the snowball effect that happened there in the third quarter we're asking about, do you think that was more about a top 10 team taking advantage of that, or was that more of on you guys?
Unique circumstances. They hit us with the one split zone. The fair catch signal from the front line places the ball at the 4. You got to give them credit too. There's some things that we didn't do well enough. You start backed up, it changes what you're doing on your opening drive a little bit too, because of situational football. So, end of the day, reset. You got to keep coming, playing, and we did at times offensively. Don't put it in when we get down there. With 7-8 minutes left, you got a chance to make the game.
Austin and Gentry.
It seemed like at points in the second half, your defenders were having to play two-hand touch, and they were going to play more of a combat out there a little bit. I mean, did you feel like that it was a bit one-sided?
Gentry. Gentry.
Yeah.
Next question. Yeah. Is that running enough silence?
Yeah.
Josh, offensively, when you're not able to get the run game going consistently the way you have been recently, how does that affect everything else in terms of how things kind of got away, especially as the game progressed?
Yeah, in the second half, obviously the fourth and short, you start the half backed up, so you're a little bit different than what you planned on coming out. We weren't efficient. Then it turns into a 2-minute type mode. The change in the game happened quickly, and at the end of the day, we got to go and be efficient in what we're doing. We didn't have the type of success, probably yards per carry that we were accustomed to rushing the football. Some of that's them. They're good. Some of that was us too. So, end of the day, you got to be better.
Ben.
What went wrong defensively there in the second half for you guys?
Yeah, well, we get off the field and they got the PI or the holding call on one of our corners there. We got hit just on a simple split zone early, and you know, they flipped the field position. We're on the plus side of it, and end of the day, man, we just got to settle in and be better than what we were. Me, assistant coaches, players, all of them.
I feel like they did a good job of coming out of the locker room and start the second half.
Who's that?
The players being able to be ready to
Man,
play.
I didn't
next
think
week.
we started super fast in the third quarter, right? Which is obvious, and you know what happens. They drive the field, score. We end up on the 4-yard line coming out after a sky kick, you know. So, gotta start faster.
Joe, then David.
Josh, is that the most that you've used Joe in terms of design runs for him in a game? Is that a big part of the game plan going? And then just how would you
It
evaluate
was a
Joe?
part of the game. We used him last week too. So he's got to be a part of it for us. Yeah.
And then how would you just evaluate him overall today?
Overall, I thought he did positive things. Started fast, was accurate with football, was a good decision maker. Did some solid things in the run game. End of the game, the way it's playing out, there's some things that we got to be better at situationally. It's obviously a tough situation too.
Josh, I want to ask you about Joe's rushing too. The last couple of weeks, you've seen him lower his shoulder into defenders. Do you like the physicality, or he is your starting quarterback too? Is there a balance there?
Situational football. Some of it was a little bit. You don't want him to take every hit. He's going to have to take some hits. You know, third downs, you got to go get it. It changes the way the game's played. So it's a combination of all of it.
Wes, then Adam.
Josh, how much more difficult are momentum swings to stop or reverse on the road? When things are going the other way, it just seems like the past 2 games when they've gone, they've really slid. How much more difficult is it to stop that on the road?
I mean, the communication is the only thing that, in my opinion, is really more difficult. You know what I mean? As long as you're settled into your job and doing that when you're out between the white lines. You know, today it's a good football team. Talking about Alabama, we didn't reset, refocus, and make enough plays in the second half. End result.
Josh, when things do go poorly there for a short stretch, do you feel like guys lose confidence too quickly, or is that what we're analyzing?
I don't think it's a confidence issue. I don't believe that.
Any other questions for Coach? All right.